Hello, everyone. My name is Alice Chung, and I'm with Genentech. I'm currently serving as the Field Medical Integrated Engagement and Process Enablement Lead. I was formerly the lead in medical analytics for 15 years across 60 disease states. Today, I'm excited to talk about a critical topic for modern enterprises, navigating complexity, how to approach human-AI collective sense-making to improve greater decision-making within the adaptive environment. This is a topic that's less technical, but I think it's important for us to think about as AI becomes more integral to the work we do, regardless of your role. The presentation will focus on how we can leverage the synergistic power of human and artificial intelligence to make better decisions in an increasingly intricate world, as visually represented by the collective and collaborative meetings around the central AI concept in this particular page. Before we delve into the core content, I'd like to share a brief disclaimer. The following presentation represents my opinion and does not necessarily represent the views of Genentech. I encourage you to consider these ideas not as definitive statements from my organization, nor disclosing information associated with Genentech, but as my personal insights and perspectives in this evolving field. Here's a quick overview of what we will be covering today. Our agenda is structured to progressively build on the understanding of human-AI collective sense-making. In an increasingly complex and adaptive enterprise environment, the ability to make sense of vast and dynamic information is paramount. So this representation and today's talk will address the critical need for robust frameworks that facilitate human-AI collective sense-making. And moving beyond a simple AI assistance, we will explore an effective approach where human intuition and creativity intertwined with AI's analytical power to interpret ambiguous data, identify patterns, and draw actionable conclusions in real time. We will discuss how to structure human-AI interactions to foster mutual learning, shared understanding, and iterative refinements of insights within complex adaptive systems such as market forecasting, risk management, or strategic planning. This session will provide practical guidance to establish feedback loop and also cultivating a collaborative culture that empowers teams to leverage AI not just as a tool, but as an integral partner in achieving collective intelligence and superior decision-making. So let me start with a real story with Zillow. Zillow is a company that operating in an increasingly complex and adaptive real estate market. The market was subject to rapid change, and a couple years ago, due to the combinations of COVID-19 pandemic, volatile interest rates, and localized micro-market fluctuations, there's a lot of rapid factors. So to traditional decision-making in those set of factors, which involved human analysts and on-site assessments, was slow and cumbersome in a very dynamic environment. So Zillow launched a Zillow Offers powered by its proprietary AI-driven algorithm. It's called the Zestimate. Instead of relying on human intuition, this AI algorithm would ingest massive amounts of data from property records and market trends to neighborhood data to calculate an instant all-cash offer for a home. The program was designed to automate the decision-making process, allowing Zillow to scale its acquisitions beyond competitors. And this AI project was ambitious and it encountered, although great idea, it has lots of significant challenges. And one of the main issues was the model's inability to accurately predict future housing prices in a fluctuating market. The model often overpaid for properties, and the subsequent reselling proved less profitable than anticipated, and it struggled both in logistical and operational aspects of renovating and selling homes at scale. So later in 2020, Zillow announced that it was shutting down this particular aspects of the program, which incurred financial loss and job losses. citing unpredictability in forecasting home prices and the operational challenges of scaling this model, which incorporated AI. And so this particular experience is highlighting the difficulties of applying AI in dynamic and complex markets. The failure underlies the importance of incorporating not just data-driven models, but also human expertise and market understanding. And it's serving as a cautionary tale about the limitations of AI and the risks of over-reliance of technology for decision-making in markets that are susceptible for rapid changes and influenced by a multitude of factors. Today, we stand at a frontier of decision-making, and the core problem we face is that we operate within an increasingly complex and adaptive enterprise environment. And so in this environment, the traditional ways of decision-making models are no longer sufficient. And why is that? Because similar to the image that I have on this page, we deal with information overload, rapid change, and profound ambiguity. And these factors make it incredibly difficult for organizations to make effective choices. This image on the left-hand side, generated by AI, which I really liked, it's giving us that reminder. So the Human-AI Collective Sensemaking as a new paradigm is fundamentally different, and we need to think about it different to overcome some of these modern complexities. The challenge of some of the complexities around this, we need to first grasp, how are we operating in this complex adaptive systems or CAS? And what are these? These are systems that are characterized by interconnected agents, emergent behavior, and nonlinearities. And a lot of these factors are dynamic, unpredictable, and constantly evolving. So real-world examples include market forecasting, risk management, and strategic planning, in the areas where simple cause and effect relationships rarely holds true. And within these complex systems, both human and AI face significant limitations. First, human cognitive limitations in CAS. Our cognitive biases are amplified by complexity. Think of confirmation bias, where we seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs, or availability heuristic, where we rely on readily available examples. These biases can often lead to flawed interpretations and poor decisions. And furthermore, we as humans struggle with information overload and can fall into analysis paralysis, which we're becoming overwhelmed by the sheer volume of data and unable to act. Now, on the other side, AI also has limitations. While it's powerful and still improving, AI alone is not the answer. It often lacks contextual understanding. Still, today, especially in heavy domain-rich areas such as medicine, struggling to grasp nuances and implicit meaning behind the data, which leads to the black box problem where AI can provide the answer, but its reasoning is opaque and making it difficult for humans to trust and verify. And this is a significant danger of over-reliance on purely data-driven insights, which can miss critical qualitative factors or ethical considerations. In the challenging of the complexity of the world and bringing all of these limitations together, we see that traditional decision-making is falling behind in today's adaptive enterprise environment. We're simply overwhelmed by information and rapid change, and this is exacerbated by the inherent limitations from both human cognition and current AI. The bar chart on the right visually underscores this point. Information overload and cognitive biases significantly impact decisions quality. Also, the lack of AI context and AI black box problems also severely degrades decision quality. And the cumulative impact of all this poor decision and sense-making is profound, and it impacts corporate strategies due to an inability to effectively interpret the changing environment adapt. So when we cannot make sense of the world around us, our strategic choices becomes less effective, hindering our ability to innovate and to compete. So then how does the human-AI collaboration work? This is where it comes into play. The solution isn't about better AI or smarter humans independently. It's about powerful synergy between them. And we need to move from viewing AI as a simple tool to an integral partner for discovery. And let's look at this complementary strength illustrated by the radar chart on the left. The human strength in red, human excels at intuition, creativity, ethical judgment, contextual understanding, and crucially, asking the why. And we bring the ability to interpret, empathize, and innovate. On the other hand, AI strength in blue shines in pattern recognition, in massive data sets with speed, scalability, and also identify non-obvious correlations. It can process a large amount of information far beyond human capabilities. And the goal of this partnership is to achieve shared understanding and iterative refinement of insights. So think of AI not just as a GPS telling you where to go, but as a co-pilot actively assisting in navigation, offering insights and adapting to changing conditions alongside you. This shift mindset is absolutely required to harness true collective intelligence. And when it comes to a practical framework for how human AI collective sense-making can accelerate research and decision-making, it is depicted by this particular flow here, where research is simply a generic approach and not necessarily related to any domain area. It's a four-step process with a crucial feedback loop, indicating continuous learning and refinement. Step 1, data explorations and anomaly detection. Here, AI is used to surface patterns, outliers, and potential areas of interest from vast data sets. It acts as our first line of defense against information overload, highlighting what's truly significant. Step 2, hypothesis generations and contextualization. This is where humans interpret AI's findings. We ask critical questions, apply our domain knowledge, and add the necessary contextual understanding. We generate hypotheses based on AI's raw insights, adding meaning and directions. Step 3 is simulation and scenario planning. With human-generated hypotheses in hand, AI models are then utilized to predict potential outcomes, which allows us to test different scenarios and understand the likely consequences of various decisions before committing to them. And the last component is decision and actions, where human makes the final call, but their decisions are informed by the entire collective sense-making process. A key part of this step is to visualize the complexity to facilitate decision-making, ensuring that insights derived are actionable and understandable. And this is an iterative process, with the feedback loop ensures the insights are constantly refined and decisions become much more robust and adaptable. So putting the framework together, it's really coming down into three critical elements. The technologies and tools, where we must leverage advanced tools to power the sense-making process, and includes technologies like NLP to understand contextual data, graph analytics for mapping complex relationships, and really simulating the patterns for predictive modeling. This is where AI could do very well. So that's one key component. The second part is cross-functional teams, where effective sense-making requires a diverse range of perspectives. You need multidisciplinary domain expertise, data scientists, domain experts, decision makers, just to name a few, to bridge all this knowledge gap and having them serve as the crucial translators to ensure the technical insights are understood by business leaders, business users, and business challenges are clearly articulated to technical teams. And the most important lead, I would say, success requires fostering a collaborative culture. And this means creating the environment where human assumptions and AI outputs in a psychologically safe environment. It's also about establishing a community of practice where curiosity is rewarded and collective learning is prioritized, allowing for continuous improvement and innovation. In conclusion, I would like to iterate some key takeaways. First, complexity is not a bug. It's a feature of the modern enterprise environment. We must acknowledge and embrace it rather than trying to eliminate it. Second, human AI collective sense-making is essentially for navigating the complexity effectively, and the mechanisms through which we can gain clarity and make informed decisions. Third, achieving success in this endeavor requires a combination of factors, including a structured framework, the right tools, and a supportive culture. All of these three elements are interdependent and crucial for effective implementations and ongoing sustainability. And last but not least, the most important one is how to better foster and master working with AI as a co-pilot and have this human AI collaborative culture to achieve a greater agility for controlling and understanding uncertainties. As Margaret Drabble once said, when nothing is sure, everything is possible. So this perfectly encapsulates the opportunities before us. So by embracing human AI collective sensing, we can turn uncertainty into our competitive advantage. It's time to start building our collective intelligence today. I want to thank you for your time and attention. I appreciate the opportunities to share these insights with you from my own learning and observations. I hope this presentation has provided a clearer understanding of human AI collective sense-making and its importance in our increasingly complex world where AI is going to be embedded so much more integral to the work we do. I'm open to any questions you may have. Thank you very much.